Hi Brenda, here's a very quick video introduction so you can check out that Jamaica Avenue map you requested and get a little preview of some tools to just get ahead of your learning session that we're going to schedule. Click on Plan Control to the left to scroll down the list of outdoor and convention center areas. You'll see I made a category called Lawns and Lots for the Jamaica Avenue map and the Northside Park. I can name the categories and the views for you anything you want. Just click on the name to open the map. Rotate your mouse wheel back and forth to zoom in and out. Right-click and drag your mouse to pan around. Okay, let's go ahead and drop your tent in. Click on the pod control. In this case, even though we only want to place one object, Fairs MI needs to treat everything initially as a group, so we'll make what we call a minimum pod. We set it for just one booth in a row and one aisle. And then we set the booth's height and width. The other settings in the pod control in this case are not important, as we're just concerned in this example with the placement of a single tent. After completing those settings, go to the bottom of the pod control tools and drag that 4 square icon onto your map. Just drop it anywhere for now. We'll place it more exactly a little later. Take a look at the pod we just made up of those two booths. Click it once, the whole pod is active, and it moves around with your mouse or your keyboard arrows as a group. Click again on a booth, and just that booth is active. Now try clicking on the pod perimeter to activate the whole pod again. Then right-click the pod and click Ungroup. This is done quite often with layouts to make it simpler to grab individual booths without being concerned for the confusion of it accidentally grabbing the pod instead. Okay, let's get rid of one of the booths. Just click on one of the booths and then click Delete on your keyboard. Now go to the Icon Objects controls to switch the booth to become an icon of a tent. So look closely at what happened to our application of the tent icon to the booth. The icon is oriented vertically in the icon menu, but the tent ridge runs horizontally. So it looks like what we have to do is to swap the width and height of our tent and rotate it 90 degrees, and that way the application will be correct. We do this by going to the booth control tool, swapping the dimensions, and I'll set the rotation incorrectly to a negative 90 degrees instead of 90 just to show you what happens after that. I'll go ahead and label the tent too while I'm at it. Next, I'll use my text control in the customization section on the right hand side to turn the text 90 degrees. And now you'll see why I should have turned it 90 degrees instead of a negative 90 degrees in the booth control. You'll see a little blue rotation icon on the corner of the tent, and I can correct and rotate it manually. How about if you want to lay out the interior setup of the tent? Well, let's go back into the icon list and choose the blank square. With the tent active, hold the Shift key down and click the blank square. You'll see the orientation reverts when you change icons, but just go down to the booth control where it's holding that rotation for you and just click OK. I'm going to go ahead and make the label smaller and change the text color to white. Now in the right hand customization section, I'm going to click on the Style tool to remove the fill and make the perimeter line color yellow and line type dashed. Now you can lay out tables, chairs, and anything else you want within the interior of the tent. I kind of stole the tent icon to show you how to start an interior tent display. But you can have both in one drawing using layers to show and hide the tent icon to display the tent interior underneath. Just let me know whenever this approach is of interest to you. Thanks so much for taking the time to view this quick introduction.